Okay, hi. I want to talk in this video about the equipment that we need for a GCSE exam and actually what you should be bringing to every single class. Okay, so I'm just going to work through it a little bit at a time. So first thing is fairly obvious. We need a pen. Sorry, it's a bit blurred. I think it is. So we need a pen. Exams call for a black pen. So can we make sure that the ink that comes out of it is black? Okay, we need a calculator. I'm going to talk about what type of calculator in a different video. So it's really important that you get the right kind. Okay, now, what else do we need? Okay, so quite often students will have a tin of this type. Many colleges, including ours, will supply one of these to you at the start of the year. If they don't, then I would strongly recommend that you buy one. Now, these tins, they come in all different sorts. I'm going to talk about what's inside them. Mine's empty at the moment because I've taken all the bits out. In an exam, it's important, if you can't see through the tin, the rules say that you have to stick the tin on the floor underneath your desk and get all the equipment out and lay it out on your desk. But it's a really handy way for carrying it around to lessons. Okay, so what do we need? So the first thing is a pencil. So we're going to be drawing diagrams, we're going to be doing constructions, and in some of the videos that we've got on here, we're going to be talking about that. Your pencil must be sharp. So you must bring a pencil sharpener as well. Before an exam, please sharpen your pencil the night before. We don't want to be wasting time in an exam sharpening pencils. If you want to be very prepared, bring a couple of pencils just in case one breaks. You'll also find that if you taking the pencil from a tin, I don't have one with me at the moment, then you'll actually get a shorter pencil that comes in the tin of equipment, and that's for use with the compasses, which we'll be talking about in a second. Okay, so the next thing is a ruler. Okay, now these will come in the tin. They'll come in. They come in this size. You can get longer ones as well, which is absolutely fine. Just make sure your ruler has centimetre measurements and you can read them. So there's centimetres and there's millimetres on there. I'm not sure if you can see it on that video. This one goes from 0 to 15. And on the other side, there are inches. So that's quite a common type. And that goes from 0 to 6 inches. So that's actually a 6-inch ruler. Okay. So what you may get in the tin is something that looks like that. That's called a set square. That can double as a ruler actually, because we've got the measurements along there, haven't we? So you can certainly use that for measuring centimetres. That's absolutely fine. We need a rubber. We may make mistakes on our diagrams, so we're going to have one of those. We need one of these. That is called a protractor. So these come in various types, so it's just sort of slight variations on them. Just make sure. I think they should all be like this. Some of them come in a full circle, but I wouldn't recommend that you use one of those. I'd recommend that you use one of these semicircle ones. I like the ones where the line is across there. Sometimes the 0 is right along the bottom of the protractor. I think it's much better if we've got a line where the 0 is, and we should have 2 scales around it. So it goes 0 to 180 that way, it goes 0 to 180 that way, and a nice clear target in the middle where we can put where we can place that for measuring our angles. Okay, so that's called a protractor. And then last but not least, we have what we often call a compass. It's not really a compass, it's really called a set of compasses. But if you say compasses or compass, it doesn't really matter. So what's this? They sometimes metal, they're sometimes plastic. doesn't really matter. It has a sharp bit there for drawing our circles. This is for drawing circles. What I would recommend is, before you're in the exam, set it up. You can set this up before you go. So the pencil goes in there. If you've got 2 pencils, you can put 1 pencil in your set of compasses and use your other pencil for drawing. But the thing to do is to make sure it's nice and tight in there, and most importantly, that the tip of the pencil is lined up with the tip of the compasses. Okay, so I would also just check before you go into an exam that this isn't too loose. If this is very loose, and sometimes they can get a little bit loose, just try and fix that. And on this one here, there's a little screw there, and you can just tighten it. So you can just ask your teacher or something if you're not sure what to do. But if it just feels a bit loose and a little bit wobbly and slipping around, you probably want to fix that. Okay, so that is the set of maths equipment. So that is what you should have in every lesson and every exam that you go into. Sorry, I should just point out that your first exam is non-calculator, so you wouldn't have the calculator in the first exam, but the second and the third, all of that. The first exam, everything but the calculator. Okay, so get prepared, job 1. Okay.